Okay, I decided to make a video series on the fun part of antique dealing. That's having people come into your store and saying, "Hey, do you buy stuff? Come outside and look in my trunk. I have 20 or 30 items for you." That didn't happen to me for a long time. A lot of my years of doing this, I've been doing this for 25 years and I have not been getting my share of stuff. I have to go out and search it out one piece at a time from flea markets, garage sales, auctions, estate sales. And you know, you're usually only going to double your money if you're lucky. I mean, if you're going to an auction, you got to bid against about 95 other people. So I just picked this one up. And it was approximately $20. It was one of those group deals, so hard to figure out what prices each item was. But I think it's not that great actually. On eBay I think they're selling for $38 or $40 on average. And the same guy had this. I just put that $8 price tag on it. It was hard to find one exactly like it on completed eBay auctions. There was a lot of them very similar. And of course, the label was right in there and it's missing, and that's going to hurt the value quite a bit. So anyway, I thought I'd probably get $8 for it eventually. This is the Brownie Camera. One of the more modern styles, not the box camera. Okay, I got this nice looking brooch. I used to be very interested in rhinestone jewelry when I first got into antiques back around 35 years ago. And this one is missing a couple of stones, but I think it'll sell pretty well for maybe 18 or 20. It was part of the group deal. I'm gonna say I paid about $4 for it. And this sugar container, it doesn't have a lid for it though. And this unusual ashtray, I set the cigarette on the back right there. And then the smoke comes out of the smokestack. I thought that was pretty neat. It has a price tag of only $1.50, which is really strange because it seems like it should be like $9. And a little hat. I don't know what its purpose is other than to just sit on the shelf. And we got this little Santa Claus cup for whatever reason. Just bought a whole bunch of stuff because it seemed like a good deal. So let's see what else we got. We got a John F. Kennedy tray. Well, I guess he was possibly the best president we had. And check that out. It's a McCoy. But it does have some chippage. But still, displays nicely. Probably lost 40% of its value with those chippings on there. And then we got another McCoy. And this one has no damage at all. So that's probably worth at least $20 by itself. This thing marked Italy. Yeah, I didn't really want that. That came in with the rest of the deal at $10 for everything else, including this lion planter that's obviously fairly modern. And we got this, I guess it's a candy dish. Looks pretty nice now that it's washed off. And a couple of these. Well, one and then one of these. Then we have a pair of these from Japan. Then we got 3 of these blue ones, also from Japan. And then this, basically just got it because it was part of the deal. And 2 of these with a $7 price tag on one of them. Or each one of them had a $7 price tag from 25 years ago. And this very light amber, very thin amber vase. And a candlestick, but just one of them. And another very light amber pitcher. And a salt and pepper shaker, also in light amber. And these candle holders, which I really didn't want at all. But who knows, maybe somebody will be interested in those. So here's that sanitary thing all washed up. I didn't notice when I was buying it, it's got some serious cracks in there. But if you look at the bottom, that's definitely over 100 years old. And it's got a crack all the way around the bottom. Most of the way. But still, I think I can get $20 for it. And then an ashtray in the shape of a teddy bear. And a glass ladle. And I got 3 of these. Never been used before, but for some reason they have black lids that seem a little bit too big, and I don't think those belong on there, so it's going to be a tough sale, I think. And then those photo developing trays, they're so disgustingly dirty, I just don't even want to think about washing those. But they could be worth $35 actually. And the next deal, a different guy brought in a bunch of stuff. This camera's still in the box, but no lid to the box. So that's definitely going to hurt the value some. And then we got this. 3 lighters. 1 Zippo anyway. And I don't know, probably only worth a couple dollars on this one. But we got this camera and it has the original box altogether. But very cheap camera. Maybe I'll get, I don't know, 14 or 15 if I'm lucky. Then we got this camera. Definitely a lot better quality than those other 2. It's filthy though. It's disgusting and has all kinds of bugs living on it. But I don't know, I haven't looked it up yet. This is possibly worth $50 or $60 or $70. Some kind of a butterfly pin. Some miscellaneous jewelry. Couple slightly interesting things in there. And I got this stamp book, which probably isn't worth much, but the illustrations are rather intriguing. I like some of these pictures in here. I love that. It's so late 50s. So who knows what that's worth? Maybe $5 to $10. And the rhinestones on here are not exactly bright. And we got another, but it is not a Zippo. So who knows? Possibly the best thing I got was these medals. I think they're World War II, but I think they gave them out to many thousands of people, so I don't think they're particularly rare. But I will have to research that. And this, a nice necklace pendant. Yes, it is missing one piece off the tail there, but it's pretty neat. 2 keychains, which are obviously not particularly ancient. Not going to say what's going on in this image here, but I figure somebody might like it. Then we have one of these that hangs off of a whiskey decanter. Scotch on one side and gin on the other. This is actually possibly the best thing. No jewelry expert, but that looks like a quality piece right there. And a cheap charm bracelet. maybe worth $20, I don't know. A zip code pen. We got an elephant pendant with a watch inside. I can't seem to get it open right now. A couple of obviously fake gold necklaces. Haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see the detail on what that says. And then we have this. That looks fairly nice. And what else have we got? This is also a watch pendant. Yeah, I don't know. Not too many people are probably interested in that, but somebody might pay 10 or 12 for it. So we have two record players from probably the late 50s. They're a little bit rough, but I was thinking $10 a piece is what I basically have into them. And then we got a vintage phone in a box. Somebody just came in about 2 weeks ago asking for an old-fashioned phone. Not a really old one either, just a 1970s style, or early 80s even. So for all that I paid $67. And then another guy brought in a box full of Fire King cups. I guess somebody bought them for 59 cents at a thrift shop or something, but I had to pay $1 a piece for them. But I'm sure they're worth at least $2 or $3 each. And this one says nothing. But that one, I'm sure that's worth at least $3.50, isn't it? And then the two-handled one. Gotta be worth a few dollars as well. And of course I bought this for $1 also, but it does have a lot of wear on it. And that's also a Fire King. And I bought this framed Coca-Cola picture, but of course it is a modern reprint from 1997, I think it says. But for $3, the frame alone is worth that. Okay, let's have a look at this. A record player. I don't know if I should have bought this or not. I got at least $8 or $9 into it. But it does have a nice early look to it. So yeah, I'm sure I can get 15 out of it eventually, or probably more. And I bought this. It's only got one tool left in it, but mostly I bought it for the graphics on the metal box itself. It was only $1. Can't go wrong with that. Then a stack of plates. I don't have much luck selling plates, but for $1 each, it's got a nice vintage look to it. And a full-size plate. And what else have we got? Another with water still on it. It's got a modern look to that one. Just meant to look antique. And then we have, gotta clean these still. It's got a fairly nice Western look to it. And it's obviously modern as well. And this, I have no interest in this. But hopefully somebody else will give me a couple dollars for it. And if it wasn't a good enough deal on those plates, they came in this metal carrier. Not really sure what it's for, but somebody would definitely pay a few dollars if they needed that. He said he just went and found all this stuff in a barn and didn't want to throw it away in case it was worth something. Maybe the best item is this typewriter. Sorry it's so dark over here, but I don't know, it seems to be jammed up, but just these buttons, people make jewelry out of them, so hopefully I'll be able to sell that for $20 at least. I gave him $20 for all those other things besides those 5 horse related items. So what else have we got? That, I don't know why that even ended up in the group. But we have some tins for, these tins had pellets for pellet guns. Possibly the best thing is right here. A powder tin in a miniature size. All the ones I'm familiar with are 4 times bigger than that. It looks like it's definitely 100 years old, or even Civil War period maybe. I have to research that one for sure. Okay, what else did I get? I paid him an extra $1 for that. Common clear insulator. Junk pretty much. A few decent things left to look at. This is in good shape. It looks pretty nice. No name on it though. Then we have this one. It does have a name. It's a Napco, Cleveland, Ohio. No chips on it, so I'm sure that's worth a few dollars at least. And last but not least, a dairy juice bottle. It doesn't say what city or state it is, but I'm sure it'll sell for at least $6 eventually. Okay, another guy just came in and brought this. Pretty ugly and rusty, but it was only $1, so. Then he had this. A wooden train car, and it has a music box inside of it. It barely works, but I figured, what the heck, $3, I'll get it working again. And then that's really rusty, but I'm gonna wash it and scrub it with Comet on a wet toothbrush, and a lot of that rust is gonna come off of there. And this was, it was only $1, so can't go wrong with that. And then we have, well, the front's missing on that. I don't know that I noticed that before, but for $1 I thought, nah, can't go wrong with that. I'm sure I'll get $4, maybe 5 or 6. Then this aluminum pot, grease embossed on it. Made in Japan. It was only $1, so I knew I couldn't go wrong with that one. Then we have a Fire King, and it's got Snoopy on it, so you know people are going to want that. And it is in mint condition. It was only $1. I just had to clean it up a bit.